I'm angry about Molly's nipples.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
I had to rush to that one.
It was either that or no balls, no babies. So either one would be perfect.
These are stupid quotes, huh? Oh my god. So we're back here with our full breakdown of The Choice, the 2016 Nikki Spax movie.
Yeah. Nothing bad happened that year. Nothing else bad happened that year.
2016? Nope.
Yep.
This was the worst thing that happened in 2016. This came out and it was like you could see the beginning of the end.
Yeah, you won't enjoy the next 7 years, I promise you.
Definitely not. So, all right, before we get things moving here, do you want to give the quick recap of what this movie's about?
Yeah, in case people forgot from the trailer trash that I'm assuming you all listened to, go back and listen to it if you didn't.
You should, so you know what we're talking about here.
Yep. So the premise, Travis and Gabby first meet as neighbors in a small coastal town and wind up in a relationship that is tested by life's most defining events. Like reading the log line after seeing the movie is just
mind shattering. Is that a good
chef's kiss? It's perfect.
Oh my goodness. So that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure are.
Horrible. Saying it now, I'm going to say it throughout. This is my vote for the worst movie we've ever done.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do end of year worst movie of the year.
Great idea.
Listeners, send us an email of what you think is the worst movie we've done so far.
Great idea. Yeah. We'll do a poll if we remember.
Yeah, we'll get our social media intern and social media manager on those things ASAP.
That's right.
So I've forgotten their names already.
Nigel and Garbanzo.
Right. Nigel and Garbanzo. Right. Our social media duo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God. All right. So expectations for the trailer. We nailed it.
Yeah, we super nailed it.
I'm not sure if on purpose, but we did.
Yep. We knew the final choice, the titular choice.
The life's most defining event. The end of it. Oh, spoilers. So yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else to say. I think we kind of just nailed it in our prognostication.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to the quick info, we've got some ITMT info announce stuff.
That's right.
We get some milestones we've hit.
Good news, everyone.
Man. We've hit more than 4,000 downloads, which I think is good for how long we've been doing this.
Yeah, cue the air horns.
So I can fix that later.
Yeah, I figured.
This is our 2-year anniversary.
That's right. Double right.
Our first episode was October 14th, 2020. That was Last Days of American Crime.
Yeah, nothing bad happened that year either.
Nope. Just
only good things.
We began.
That's right.
And then actually, so 2 years we did it. Congratulations, man! You made it.
Yeah,
we made
too.
It. Hey,
we made it. Hey,
these are things that we've done together. So
that's right. Great work, team.
And
it's resulted in
this
4,000 downloads.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
That's what we're getting at too. Yeah. So thank you all, the listeners, for downloading our voices all the time.
And the biggest announcement, I think, of all of those, Idaho, got you.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Whoever referred somebody in Idaho, you are an ITMT star.
You are a super fan, and let us know. We'll send you super fan stuff. So
yeah, we have now penetrated all 50 states and the district.
Now we go global.
That's right. Globulus. Oh yeah. That's good news that happened this year. Somebody's gonna be bankrupt.
Can't wait. All right, so
yeah, we're doing great. Everything's going really well.
So many good things in the times of darkness. Okay, so Idaho, thank you so much. We love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a top 50 state in our book.
Absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. Let's move on, right?
Yeah, shall we?
I think that was all we did. All right, so quick info about The Choice 2016. This is directed by Ross Katz. It's Katz. Katz.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much. So this is only his fourth directorial credit.
Okay. That's 4 is more movies than I've directed, so
you know what, you're right. You know, he's doing something. So
let's not put him down. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. We're not here to put people down.
Well,
we'll get there. So he did 4 things. The first 3 movies, I don't like the titles of these movies. But I'm just gonna read them off because there's only 3 of them. But the first one is Taking Chance, which is that a person? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think Chance is the rapper.
Okay, so that's a TV movie made about taking Chance.
About
it's
abducting Chance the rapper. That's right.
Taken meets 8 Mile, basically.
Interesting. I'd watch that.
Right?
Yeah.
A little comedy. Anyways, so yeah, Taking Chance. Actually, I think it's a Kevin Bacon like TV movie.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm less interested now.
His second was a video documentary short called Bearing Witness, which I guess it makes sense. And then I don't know.
That sounds like a God thing.
Yeah. And then his third, a little more, kind of an indie flick because everyone's got one. Adult Beginners, which I don't like that. I don't like that title. It's got Nick Kroll in it. And then he did this.
Huh. Okay.
The other fun thing is that if you go to his IMDb page, he's big into taking photos with musicians, and it looks like his main profile photo for IMDb is him with David Bowie.
It does look that way,
but this photo also looks like it's been manufactured.
David Bowie looks dead.
David Bowie also looks like photoshopped in off to
wow.
So and then he's got another one. This is Elliott Smith, isn't it? Where'd he go?
Also dead.
Yeah. Is that him or is that someone else? Oof.
That is not Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith's long dead. That looks like the guy from The Cure, doesn't it?
Yeah, isn't that Elliott Smith?
Oh my God.
I don't know. No, what's his name?
His name is
The Cure. That's what I was thinking of, not Elliott Smith.
Robert Smith.
It's
a Smith. It's a Smith. So you're.
I was close. I'm not a.
Yeah, it's okay. No, Elliott Smith.
Music's too depressing for me.
Allegedly stabbed himself in the heart.
Oh, right.
Allegedly.
Okay.
In his 30s.
Yeah, well, either way, this Smith is looking dead. So.
No, that Robert Smith looks about the same as he had since the 80s.
So, anyways, that's Ross Katz.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess. So written by, we got one screenwriter, Brian Sipe.
Sipe.
Sipe, I guess. Sipe.
I don't know.
He's got 5 things under his belt. A Million Miles, Alpha Male spelled M-A-I-L. I don't know any of these movies. They're short.
Is it about Newman? It's about Newman's character from Seinfeld.
That would be pretty great, actually. But no, it's about nothing, apparently.
Damn it.
Demolition, which came out in 2015. I had Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
You think of Demolition Man?
No, just Demolition. Did I say Demolition Man? I meant just Demolition.
No.
Okay,
I did.
You added that. Okay.
Yeah.
You just gaslighted me in that short 5-second span there.
Yeah. I was going more Stallone than.
I love how we throw around gaslight left and right. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're overusing it. I think we're probably using it incorrectly now.
Love gas and lights.
Yes, because yeah.
Well,
fossil fuel thing. I don't know if are we into fossil fuels? I mean,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
That was a little setup for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and listeners of the pod will probably not know that I'm an Electric Carmen now. So
Big Electric Carmen, yes.
It's a defining part of my identity at this point.
How's the Leaf doing? Gets you around?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, Nissan Pastic. Not a sponsor.
We try our best to conserve energy here. We don't do this with the lights on. So
yeah, car just turned like bright red out of nowhere. I guess it's that changing of the seasons or something. But.
Oh, that's kind of cool. The paint changes as the seasons go.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just brown in the.
Can you imagine?
Oh, that would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
Okay, let's move along here. So
let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. You can already tell how much we love this movie. Yeah. We're trying not to discuss it. This was.
I was gonna say Nicky Sparks gets credit for screenwriting. I think on all of his movies, pretty much. Right?
He just
novel buys. So
yeah.
Like, I wonder how, like, percentage wise, how much dialogue it gets lifted in a typical Nicholas Sparks book to movie translation. Like, is he responsible for most of this?
I mean, I don't want to throw us under the bus, but I think I'm about to. It's like, should we?
No.
Okay, all right.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it. I will not read those books.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't have time to read books I want to read.
How long are his books, like, on average, do you think?
Too long. I probably
God.
It can't couple hundred pages at least. I bet
they can't be more than 300. That's too much.
Yeah, I think they're shorties.
All right, so who's in this movie? A handful of people. So we get Benjamin Walker, who plays Travis, our charming Southern.
Yeah, doing his finest Matthew McConaughey impression the whole movie.
Yeah, so I don't know him from much other than he was in the Jessica Jones TV series on Netflix. That's where I know him from. And you didn't spot him, you didn't recognize him, but I guess he's in that new Lord of the Rings of Power.
Oh, yeah, sure. Is what?
You completely.
Did we talk about this in the trailer trash? Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, we did. It was a while ago.
I still don't know who this guy is. Clearly, so.
Yeah, he plays High King Gilgalad.
Right, Gilgalad. That's right. Yeah, could not pick Benjamin Walker out of the lineup. Yeah. And I've just stared at him for 2 hours yesterday, and there's just no way.
No, huh?
But at least, like, I think his accent might be real-ish. Like, he's at least from the South. He's born in Georgia, so
yeah. And he was also Abraham Lincoln in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Interesting. Right. Now, okay. Now it's coming back to me, the things we already said once.
Yep. Those are the things. This is literally a photo of him, by the way. He looks the exact same, but he's got long hair and pointy ears.
Oh, my. Yeah. As I live and breathe.
Yep. There he is.
Wow. Okay. Right. Oh, right. And the other exciting thing was he's Patrick Bateman in the American Psycho musical. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No, it was also a 2016 thing. This is like the height of Benjamin Walker fame.
Yeah, he was blowing up in 2016.
Yeah, he's a big Broadway guy. Yeah. But I think when I say a big Broadway guy, I mean I think he's known for that, for being an American Psycho, which everyone famously knows as a Broadway musical and not anything else.
Right. All right. So moving on. Then we get the love interest Teresa Palmer, now friend of the pod. Now friend of the pod. Yep, she was in Point Break remake. I was going to say kind of a spoiler, but she dies at the end of the Point Break remake.
Yeah, we could spoil stuff we already did.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that's it. Maggie Grace, who plays Steph. Benjamin Walker, Travis's character. Travis is his sister, right? I think. Yep. Yeah. Maggie Grace. Yeah, Steph. Little sister, big brother.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Not kid brother.
Well established.
Yeah,
and from Twilight.
Yep.
Of Twilight fame.
Maggie Grace from Lost, from Taken 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
And
friend of the pod.
I always mess this next actor's name up, but Alexandra Daddario.
I know you do.
Daddario?
Yeah.
Is it Daddario?
I think that's right.
Daddario, right? Okay. So many D's in that
Full
name.
steam ahead. I know.
So many D's. She plays Monica, which that was the other thing we got right. Who she was in the trailer. We're like, oh, this is probably like an ex or something. It's on and off sweetheart from since high school.
Nailed it.
Yep. We got Tom Wilkinson to add a little, street cred here. Plays Shep. Travis,
friend of the pod.
Travis's. Yeah, I think Tom Wilkinson is a friend of the pod now.
Yeah, he was in that crappy other sci-fi movie that we watched there. The other sci-fi, like this is a sci-fi. The one with the where they turn the guy into the alien, Titan something or other. The Titan.
Oh yes, you're right. He played the the
doctor. Yeah.
Oh god, that movie is so bad.
Always a doctor.
Yeah.
Of some kind.
He plays Shep, which is Travis's father. Tom Welling plays Ryan,
Superman himself.
Oh, is that what he's from?
Clark Kent. Yeah, wait,
I didn't know.
Not a Smallville guy?
Not really. I'm not a not a big small TV guy.
That's fair. Yeah, it's on like the CW, so
it's small.
That's saying it's good.
Yeah.
No, Smallville was okay for the first few seasons.
Yeah, I think generally people liked it, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. He, poor Tom Welling. Enough said.
And then rounding out the cast, we have Joseph Gallison, who played Distinguished Man.
Nice.
So,
I wonder which Distinguished Man.
You'll know when you see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, he was distinguished. It was very obvious. I was like, oh, that's a distinguished man. So, okay. So the numbers for this stuff. Box office. This made $24,324,476.00.
That is too much money, first of all. And second of all, it's like 7,700 fanatics, which is
God. That's so sad.
Too many.
24 million. And the split domestic have made 18.7 and 5.5 international. International folks aren't on to Nikki Sparks' game here.
Yeah. That's they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
they'll, one day.
It's one day.
Will they? Won't they?
And then if they hold home DVD, Blu-ray sales and all that, made another 9 million. Ugh.
That's too much.
Yeah. It doubled.
What are these people doing?
I don't know. I wonder if there's like a Nikki Sparks box set of like all of his movies.
I mean,
with like pamphlets, like a Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of like it's got pamphlets talking about all the characters. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean,
it's the numbers, and this was all done on a budget of $10 million. So that is a money producer.
That's perfect.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you do more of this? More Nikki Sparks. Everyone wants more Nikki Sparks.
I don't know that we do. And in Rotten Tomatoes, it sits at 11%. On the tomato meter, the fan audience score is 61%.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's it. Those are the numbers. Any thoughts or ideas or?
No.
Okay.
Just sadness.
Yeah, that section took a kind of a deep dive there because she's just like, oh my god, $24 million. So
yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Sure. This one I struggled a little bit. I veered a little bit more into wishful thinking territory again, as I often do.
I kind of did too, but yeah.
Great. You have to have some kind of escape from this movie because it's listeners, I can't tell you how bad. Like real bad. Please don't watch it.
Yeah. Even 11% is very generous, I think.
Yes, we've done like 0% movies, haven't we? Or like a 1% at some point. Yeah. This is worse.
Yeah.
I think firmly in the running. Worst movie we've ever done.
If it could go into negative, that would be fantastic. But
yeah, ideal. So anyway, I was thinking this movie is obviously Peter Jackson's King Kong. Had to specify King Kong. And meets My Sister's Keeper.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with both of these movies?
King Kong, yes. My Sister's Keeper, I know. I don't think I've seen it, but I know of it. So
fair enough. Okay, so Peter Jackson's King Kong. Now, enjoyable movie generally, right?
Yeah, it's got Jack Black in it, right? Running around.
It's got Jack Black in it. Yep. You can't go wrong with a good Jack Black. It's got Naomi Watts. It's got Adrian Brody.
Yep.
Colin Hanks.
It's got Adrian Brody's nose. Yep.
Andy Serkis. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, great cast, great movie. It's way too long.
Yeah, isn't it like 3 hours or something?
It's like more than 3 hours.
Peter Jackson, get over yourself. Relax.
Yeah. Just like this movie, way too long.
Oh, you're going for a runtime tag there, that connection. I like that. That's fun.
Part of it's a runtime. This movie is way shorter. This is like an hour and 50 minutes, but it is
too long.
The most painful hour and 50 minutes.
Hour and a half.
And so many like movies within a movie, like they're like false endings. Like, I assumed this was the end coming up soon.
It ended like 3 times. It's just like, end it.
Yeah. It's never the end of this movie. And also getting to the titular King Kong, if you remember, takes like an hour and 20 minutes in King Kong. Just like this movie, getting to the titular choice also takes, I think, a little more than an hour and 20 minutes.
No, I think you're right, because it's well past the halfway point.
Yep, exactly. So they've got those things in common, right?
Yeah.
At the very least. So I could say something about like, Beauty killed the Beast, or, some kind of nonsense there. Where this beauty has tamed the, if we say Benjamin Walker's kind of a King Kong-esque beast, which he's a vet, so related.
Okay, yeah. Losing me, but okay.
Nope, related. And Anne in King Kong realizes that he's, got like a gentle personality underneath, just like in this movie.
Yep, that's true. Okay. Yeah.
All right. That's
finish strong.
I got there.
Finish strong.
So, meets My Sister's Keeper. This is where it veers into wishful thinking, I think, for me. Yeah. So My Sister's Keeper, a couple other similarities. One, also based on like I wouldn't call her work romantic novels, but Jodi Picoult is an author that I think she's a better writer than Nicholas Sparks, but also is like that kind of like you pick it up at the airport kind of read, right?
Yeah. You plow through and you get a quick little romance kind of thing.
Yep. So it's that kind of book. And the plot here, just to give you a little overview, in case you don't remember how fucked up this story is, it's the main character, little girl, is conceived specifically to be like an organ donor for her dying sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And like just the premise alone is like really messed up. And apparently it's something that
horror movie, or is this a horror novel?
Apparently this happens in real life. Like apparently this is not like, this is like a thing that has a name already. Yeah. Like it's like, I don't know, donor sister or something like that. It's weird, right? Savior sister. That's what it is. And so it's like, like, oh, well, that kid has the same blood type as the other one, so they can share blood and stem cells and whatever else the sick kid needs.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Okay. Just having the kid just to help the other one. Is that?
Yeah, basically.
What is wrong with this world?
I don't know, man. So anyway,
the fuck thought of that? Who was like, you know what? I got an idea. What's that? Let's have another kid, and we'll use that kid to save the other kid.
We can harvest that one.
You know what? That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck
yeah. So that movie's about that, and it takes a lot of twists and turns, just like this movie, to get to. And this is where it gets to the wishful thinking territory. And I guess, I mean, I know we already talked about how we weren't going to spoilers it, but I think we have to.
Yeah, spoilers from here on out. It's too tough we can't dodge around it. So
yeah, nobody dies in this movie. Well, nobody that you want to die dies.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's definitely like somebody that dies, right?
Yeah, the lizard.
The lizard. That's right. The hero.
The lizard. Halfway through the movie.
Yeah. But none of the main characters die. Which in My Sister's Keeper, it takes an awesome turn because the sister that's sick has like over the course of the movie comes to terms with it and becomes ready to die. Is basically like, hey, little sister who is born to save me, like don't give me that organ that I desperately need at this point. You can say no. And she's like, what? She's like, I can say no. And they're like, she's like, yeah, it's going to mess up. Like, you need kidneys. Yeah. Don't give me yours.
Yeah. That's,
and like in the movie, they do like a whole, it's a protracted legal battle. Like half of the movie is that, where it's basically like the younger sister is like, no, I shouldn't have to give up my organs. And it's like the mom is the one who's like, kind of the evil character, of like, no, you have to save the older child. And the dad's like, this is pretty messed up. I'm a fireman.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Right. So anyway, I wish that this movie had those same stakes. There were like no stakes in this movie. No. Like the big choice that we prognosticated.
Other than the steaks were on the grill constantly. There's so much grilling in this movie.
Oh my God, yes. I was so hungry while this it's like I had just eaten a burrito for dinner and I was like, oh man, I could go for a steak now.
Yeah, they're grilling so much. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, there were no steaks. Yeah.
No, like the titular choice when she's on life support later on in the movie, like we prognosticated about.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter. Like nothing mattered. Like he didn't even have to choose. He didn't end up having to choose. There was no choice.
No.
I guess he chose not to comply with her wishes. He chose to actively disregard what she wanted.
he chose to not make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He just kind of waffled on it.
Yeah. So frustrating.
Yeah.
So unlike that movie, this movie, like she does die at the end. The older sister, she's like, nope, I'm out, y'all.
See ya.
And they both end, but they do like insufferably end with a like family vacation kind of like little montage where they're like, well, and like at the end of this movie, they're like, oh, I guess I'm glad mom's back. Let's go to the secret island and look at the stars. And in this, in My Sister's Keeper, they're like, well, you know where what's her face would have loved if we had gone? Montana. Let's go to Montana and take family pictures now that she's not here to be in them. Like the end. So yeah, stupid endings. I wish the main character had died in this movie, and based on books that are also not that good.
Jesus.
Yeah. What do you got?
All right. So not a lot here, but I'm going with it's Runaway Bride meets The Dead Zone.
Oh, okay.
I
don't think I've seen The Dead Zone.
Dead Zone's a little bit of a wishful thinking. It's a Stephen King novel. So, we got some connection there. Like it's based on a novel.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
1983.
I did that.
I think an 83 movie with Christopher Walken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The connection's very loose, but it was kind of like the rest of that movie. That was kind of what I wanted to happen in this movie. But the first one, Runaway Bride, is kind of obvious because she's kind of waffling and she can't make a decision. Wow. And in the beginning, the first half of this movie, right? She's supposed to be getting married to Ryan.
Well,
right?
No, they were just dating.
I thought no. Ryan asked her to marry her, right?
But like halfway through.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Halfway through the movie, yeah, they were dating all the way through, and then it was kind of well, no, it's right. It was kind of throwaway, but he was like, in a short couple scenes, but he asked her to marry her, right? And then they were kind of going to, and then Travis finds out that she took off when he comes to the hospital, right?
It was one of the three montages of interesting plot that they just glossed over. They're like, well, let's just do like she's like writing Travis a letter, and that's that scene where she's like, also we got engaged. You're like, what?
Yeah, and then he comes to the hospital and she's gone, and that's when Ryan comes out. So you're gonna run away there, right? Yeah. Meets The Dead Zone. So The Dead Zone, that whole movie is, the premise of that is Christopher Walken, the main character there, gets into a car accident after a stormy night and is in a coma for like years.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm kind of stealing that. He wakes up from the coma just like this. But in that movie, when he touches someone, he can like see their past and their future and stuff like this, right?
Sick.
Kind of like at the end of this, she's like, I could hear you and see you and hear you.
Oh yeah.
Telling, like breathing for me and stuff, which is kind of like, maybe she's got some psycho powers now, right?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends and you're like, maybe we should explore the powers more, but.
Interesting.
And I think that's it.
I mean, that's pretty good to me.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I nailed all the major parts there.
Yeah. I don't think you didn't shoot to miss.
No, I don't. I usually, shoot to hit something, right? Or to scare something away.
Yeah, that's great.
No.
And little known.
I can tell when you're Googling something when I'm talking because you're just like, oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Good.
Yeah, great job, buddy. Little connection for both of us here. Our two plots coming together.
Yeah.
One, The Dead Zone, one of Stephen King's few things to not really be set in Maine. It's set in Castle Rock, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Where Jodi Picoult has resided at various points in her life and got honorary degrees from Dartmouth College and also from the University of New Haven. So like we got a little bit of both of us in here, a little bit of our books and overlapping stories. Man,
sometimes these things just happen. We don't plan them.
These pitches had it all. That's what I was trying to get at.
Well done. I think the research while I was talking was warranted.
Yeah. How else would you come up with a connection like that?
I mean, I was floundering a bit there. I can't do this alone. You could tell. I was like, I was like, Jared,
yeah. You're doing great. Yeah.
I was like, Jared, come back to me.
Yeah. Not that though.
Jared, come on, come back to me. Come on, come back to me.
Come back to me.
Bother me.
Come back to me, baby. Bother me one more time.
Bother me one more time.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot of accent work. We haven't even started talking about the movie yet.
No, we're good. We're good. All right. So, fast facts.
Yeah.
Great pitches, as always, I think. So,
way to put a stamp of approval on it.
I approve what we said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fast facts. I don't have a ton of these, so these might be faster than normal.
Our fastest facts in an age. Good work.
So this is Nikki Sparks' 11th book to be made into a movie.
God damn it. Why? Why?
He had a run. We were looking at this before. He had a run. So I think the first one was 99 and 2004 was The Notebook. And then 2010 to 2016, there was a Nicholas Sparks movie every year, except for 2011. There was 2 in 2014.
The golden age of Nicholas
Sparks. The Nikki Sparks universe was really coming together. But so far, on a positive note, this is the last one we've seen so far. So.
Great work.
Maybe it's a sign, even though, I don't know. What does he have? Was he at 12 books?
No, I think he's got like 20 something books.
Yeah,
we looked this up on, what was the name of the last one? The Lucky One.
Lucky One, yeah.
Imagine if we did that again. Listeners would have our heads.
Yes. Okay, so Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood, was originally cast in this film, but was replaced by Tom Welling. So he was supposed to play Ryan, the boyfriend there, Scott Eastwood.
Interesting. And I don't know. Has he done other stuff? Scott
Eastwood? Yeah.
Is he an actor?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, he is. I actually don't know. It's one of those ones where like I don't know anything off the top of my head, but I also think the reason why he didn't get the part was probably because he is one of those. He's like a super good looking guy. Where like Ryan was supposed to be kind of a little doofy looking. I don't know. He looked like he was a little doofy. Right?
You think Tom Welling's doofy looking? I won't tell him.
But in this movie, he looked like he was like they were trying to play up as being a little,
I guess so, yeah.
Like you don't want the side guy being, better than the, so.
I mean, he looked better when he was in his 20s playing a teenager, but
yeah. But no, he was Scott Eastwood. He's in Pacific Rim Uprising, Fate of the Furious, Suicide Squad, The Longest Ride. So that's the rest of this trivia thing here.
Okay. Go on. I haven't seen any of these movies.
But he was put in another movie from a book also written by Nikki Sparks here, The Longest Ride in 2015.
Yeah.
So he's doing fine. He's fine. So
great job.
No problem. We knew this. It was filmed all in Wilmington, North Carolina. And the bar that they mentioned, the Dockside Bar and Restaurant that they mentioned a couple times ago, is a real place in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Some beach down there where they filmed this. And there's another restaurant that they filmed some portion of this. Yeah. So this is the Sparks universe coming together here. And I think you'll remember this. So there's a scene when I don't know. This person they said Ben. It's Travis. Ben is the name of the actor, you dummy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's a scene where they're having dinner together, right? She invites him over to have dinner, and he's like poking around the living room, and she's like, "Hey, he starts talking about the older couple that used to live in the house, right?
Yeah. When he's going through the records.
Yeah. And they used to play.
Wait, I thought for some reason in my mind, he was talking about his parents. That makes more sense.
So yeah, I used to play records and dance outside. Yeah. I was like, oh, and then they ended up getting moved to a retirement home. And I was like, oh, I wonder if this is a little nod to the couple from The Notebook. Yeah. Noah and Allie from The Notebook. So.
Gotcha. Wow.
Sparks Universe coming together.
Terrible.
Another Sparks Universe connection. The wooden box I missed this, but the wooden box that Adrian made for Paul and Knights of Rodanth. This is another Nikki Sparks one, which we've never seen. Is featured when Travis is going through Gabby's things. And I think maybe towards the end when he's like going through her stuff when she's in a coma.
Yeah. How would anyone get that?
I don't know.
Like, that box? Like, it's also in this movie.
This is it's like calling out a Marvel fan for like, you know what I mean? The Sparks fans they're hardcore, man. They know.
Yeah. But it's like calling out a Marvel fan if you're like, oh, that cup of coffee that Captain America uses to drink out of in one scene in Endgame. He actually had that in the first Avenger, and you're like, who gives a shit?
That's what people do.
Of course he does. I don't throw away coffee mugs. Like, nobody throws away coffee mugs.
Only when they're broken.
Right. All right. Anyway,
that's okay.
So I'll get off my soapbox.
Yes.
I hope this box was full of soap.
This is going to be a fun one. You're going to hate this one with a pure passion. So
great.
Benjamin Walker, who plays Travis, and Maggie Grace, who plays his sister. They play siblings in this film, right? I can't wait to read the rest of this. This is going to be so painful. Due to their resemblance with Liam Neeson.
Don't.
Maggie played Neeson's daughter in Taken, while Walker played a younger version of his character in Kinsey in 2004.
I hate you so much. Why would you? They're not even. It's a nightmare. This is a goddamn nightmare.
Who's controlling?
So what you're saying?
Who's controlling the internet? Who watches this? Who ever sees this? We need like the Night Watch keeping an eye on this shit.
Yeah. So are you saying Liam Neeson is both Maggie Grace's and Ben Walker's dad?
Long story short, yes.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yep. And just I'm gonna hit you. I'm hitting you with a haymaker here. This is the second film where Tom Welling and Maggie Grace co-star. The first was The Fog in 2005. That's called the 1-2 punch.
Yeah. Wow.
Stupid facts and not even trivia, just stupid.
Fascinating.
All right, so the last one I'm gonna save. It's gonna be it's special. It's gonna be or we kind of already did. We already spoiled this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
All right, I'll just say it then. Fuck it.
Sorry, that was my bad.
By the time we get to the end, I'll forget, and we'll both forget, and then we'll have forgotten.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah.
So this is a big spoiler for the movie. This is the first Nicholas Sparks adapted film where no character, whether they're main or supporting, dies by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
that's 11 movies. That's 11 movies. He's
a tragedy in itself. I wish somebody had died in this movie.
Someone should have died in this movie. Like,
yeah, 100%. Before we move on, little Jared special interview quote for you. You want to hear
I love it.
What Ben Walker thinks about animals?
I can't wait.
So in an interview, someone asked him, out of your co-stars, who's easier to work with, the people or the animals? Because, of course, why wouldn't you ask that question?
Who's that fucking interview? Who's that interviewer? Yeah. What a waste of time.
You didn't tell the listeners here that Moby is the star of this movie. Moby the puppy. So Benjamin Walker says, it was hard working with the animals because they are gorgeous. they're scene stealers. Never do a movie with cute dogs because they're going to rob you every time. He's right.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Jealous.
Yeah.
So jealous.
Yeah. It's probably why I'm more upset, because I'm just jealous.
They are gorgeous. Just imagine Benjamin Walker saying that.
They are gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
We get it.
Yeah. Who's that interviewer? Your stupid questions.
Hollywood.com staff. Unclear.
Yeah. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you, Hollywood.com.
Staff. Yeah. What a weird name that is. It's like a Prince thing. Just like one name, one word name.
Yeah. You can promise you'll name your firstborn Hollywood.com. Staff.
Last name Staff. All right. Should we get into this? Should we get to what the people have come here for?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, important to note, if you have come to gauge our episodes on length based on number of pages of notes that I have, good news. For like a nearly 2-hour movie, I only have 14 pages of notes, which is light.
Yeah. I think I've got 3, so we'll see how this goes.
Perfect. I think this will be, I'm with you on, let's just glide through the scenes that don't matter.
Don't even say it, because you always do this and then you jinx us. And here we are 4 hours later, and like, Nikki Sparks universe, it's all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. So opening credit, this movie comes in hot and starts hot and fast. I don't know how you felt about this, but it felt like it came in pretty hot.
So?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I also put this on at like 10:30 at night, so my brain was probably a little fried, but
fair, same. But it started with like the Epic's feature presentation. Yeah. So I feel like it had a couple of nice loose intros first, like a little okay. And then PG-13, just remind you that you won't see anything fun or interesting in this movie.
Fun. Yeah. The healthy
just in case you forgot. Like, give me a PG movie any day over PG-13.
Yeah,
I'd rather PG or R or bust.
Yeah, right? Because PG-13 is such a tease. It's kind of like, you're going to get something here. You're like, no, you're not. Not getting anything.
Lame.
So, lame.
And then, you're right. Comes in super hot with the dramatic Lionsgate animation.
The Lionsgate. Right? I've never seen that one before. At first, I was like, is this a Universal logo? And then it like...
I thought that too.
I was like, what? And it just was this epic Lionsgate, maybe because I don't know. It was just epic. It was so long too. And I was like, wow, okay. Yeah.
Like, so we got to extend the runtime, boys.
Like, never seen this full presentation of their logo before.
Nope.
And then, Lionsgate presents. We get some of that nice, North Carolina water, which we see multiple times in this fucking movie. Like,
so many times.
When there's
that's probably 15 minutes, right?
When there's when they didn't have an idea for how to transition from one scene to another, like, you know what? Just show the water shot.
Yeah. Which happens almost every scene because they don't have, there's no transitions in this movie.
No. Well, they don't go anywhere else other than a house.
Right.
And a boat.
Okay. We have 2 sets, the house and the vet and the boat.
In the hospital for like 2 seconds.
True.
And then we get the title card, The Choice.
Yeah. And then we get the whole intro from the trailer. Now pay attention. Life's about choices and boxes of chocolates, and you never know what you're gonna choose.
So at this point I was like, oh, wait a second. He's doing his voiceover. Who's he talking to, right? And we never really
talking to us.
Well, no, at first I started piecing all together. I started thinking more about it, and I was like, wait a second. I was like, I wonder if they have like kids, or there's some kids or something he talks to at some point. I thought maybe he was doing a voiceover talking to his kids, but I was like, that seems like a lot to pack into an hour 51-minute movie. It's like
fair. Well,
but
we'll get to it. That's my least favorite montage.
I was like, I was proven wrong and right at the same time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know that he's talking like.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. I don't think he's talking to. I think he's talking to us.
You think he's breaking the fourth wall and talking to us?
I think it's narration for the sake of narration. Like, honestly,
like thank God this was it, and it comes back towards the end.
Yeah, and towards the end, when they replay the same scene. So. Like, we get to watch this one twice.
Yeah. So we get the choices thing. This is all from the trailer. Which, by the way, the trailer, if you watch the trailer, you've seen the movie pretty much. Because the trailer cut edits are like scenes are like cut from the beginning, from the middle, and then from the end of the movie.
There were a couple of misleading things. I feel like I called them out maybe as we went, where I was like, "Oh, I thought something totally different based on the way the trailer was cut." But
yes, yeah. So we get him doing the voiceover, right? And he's on a boat, right? And then he's in a hospital, right? He's got flowers, and he's kind of coming in slowly, right? And he runs into Ryan, right?
Yep.
And he's like, "I just want to see her, whatever." And they seem pretty cool, right? And he's like, they had like a friendly rapport. It seemed like at this point.
Yeah, it seems like it, or a mutual respect at least.
Yes, yeah. And then we get then it cuts right to a good old title card. 7 years earlier. Yep. Wilmington, North Carolina. Not that it.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. So, and this is something that I think is important to call out here because I'm going to pick on it later on. Right. Are we assuming this movie takes place in the current time, 2016, and 7 years earlier is 2009? Let's just say, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say it now. Yep. Let's keep that in context. 2009.
Okay. And this was the point because 7 years earlier, I'm like, why 7 years? And I was like, maybe kids, and that's why he's doing it. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So then wait
a second. Wait a second.
What?
That I feel like that doesn't track either for like those kids are like 12.
I was like when they get older, I was like, they look like they're probably 8 or 9, but
okay, all right. Fair enough. You're being generous.
Yeah, I was being generous. I'm trying to think of like my nephew who's 12. I'm like, he's definitely older than those kids.
Great call out. I was trying to think of. I was like, how do I piece together the age of these kids? But you're right. They should be 7. They should be 7 or younger.
Actually, they should be younger.
Right.
Well, yeah, probably 6 or 7 years old. So, but that's at that point. I was like, why 7 years early? That's what a weird amount of time. Yeah. So,
it was because of that.
So, all right. So then we're in the boat in the dock, right? We're at the dock side, I think, and we got Travis kind of just being a ladies' man, right?
Yep.
That's his flaw. He's just a southern ladies' man.
Just a charmer.
Just a charmer, you know. We got his 2 bros in the back of the boat. They're chatting away, and having that conversation like, "How's he do it?" And the other guy's like, "Well, you're a Star Wars guy, and he's a ladies' guy."
Yeah, I wanted to watch a movie with those guys.
Yeah,
like they seem fun.
Yeah,
and important. They introduced now the concept that the dog can't swim. Moby can't swim.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Good catch.
While he's trying to pick up those women, he's like, "Yeah, my dog fights bears, but won't get in the water." Okay. Like what kind of pickup line is this? Like, what are you trying to do here?
I think it's just it's the accent and the hair. He could say whatever he wants,
Yeah.
This boat here runs on human organs. Ain't that cool? Ain't that something?
You ever eat pickled beets?
You ever try fishing with wet bread? It's the way to fish. He's so charming. And then we get Monica. We get Alexandra Daddario's character shows up. Monica, who we get a quick little the boys in the back there kind of fill us in with like some. They do this multiple times. Whether they do this in like background exposition fill in for us, where it's like,
oh my god,
oh, there's Monica. They've been on and off since high school. It's like, well, you guys would know this. Why would you have to tell this to each other?
So heavy-handed. And every time they do, it is the same like amount of why would you say that aloud? Like
to your friend who probably knows. You probably all went to high school together. Like
yes. Yeah. Well, she's like a boomerang. She always comes back.
Oh my god.
Is basically what they leave that with, right?
Yep. So
and they're
Monica,
going out for beers.
Yes. Yeah. So Monica and she pulls Travis away from the ladies there for a beer.
Yeah.
And then we get the boomerang because they're on and off. Get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
So quick cut to the boat where his friends say boomerang then, and it makes him upset because he knows it's true.
Yes. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Yeah. It's a lot of like weird, like little half cuts and stupid unnecessary scenes for no reason. Like
ton. They're just
and like throws off your whole sense of time. Well, is this the next day? Is this hours from now?
We'll call them celery moments because they're just there and you're like, I don't want this. I don't need this.
Yeah. It's just
but there's a ton of them. Have you side note? Have you ever thrown a boomerang? Should we go throw boomerang somewhere?
I had a. Yes, we should. First of all, I think I only have thrown foam boomerangs. Like there's like remember when, in the late '80s, early '90s when like hard foam toys were a thing, and
yeah. It could actually
it's so permanent because it's like it's foam, and you're like, yeah, what? Like it's cheap because it's foam, but also it's hard, and you can hurt yourself, kind of. Okay.
Toys in the '80s, when you can actually hurt yourself from the toys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wait, lawn darts? So I think that's the only boomerang I've thrown, but didn't work out for me.
We should go throw like real ones. We could probably do that.
Yeah,
right? That'd be fun.
Definitely. We'll do when we do our Australian tour. Eventually.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
We'll go to the Outback and
toss some boomerangs.
Right. That's right. With Hugh Jackman. Friend of the pod, Hugh Jackman.
Because we mentioned his name at least a million times. So. All right. So then we're back at the house. Yeah. His house, right? It's nice on the water there, right? And we get the wives coming up. So just to show that Travis
his
is
sister and friend wife, maybe, right?
I thought the two women that came out were like the girlfriend's wives of the two friends in the back.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
I think it was just to really show that he's alone. He's the renegade guy. You know, it's like really laid in. Like, oh, here come the wives, and they had to like. We were gone fishing.
Guy.
We went fishing. And like, you didn't go fishing. Like, they went drinking, and it's like, guy holds up fish and he's got the price tag on it still. Which
so frustrating.
So then. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. So then it's barbecue time, grilling time. First moment of grilling. There's many moments, many more moments. And it's party time.
Quick meanwhile, inside our hero here, Gabby, is listening to classical music and studying.
Of course. That's what I do. So
and then back to the barbecue.
Barbecue, which by the way has 4 adults. We get 5 adults and 2 kids. And I'm not gonna lie to you.
At least 1 dog.
It's pretty obnoxious. It's a pretty obnoxious like barbecue.
Well, yeah, but like
who parties like that, man, at that age though? Like that. Like
I've been to barbecues like that.
No, you have not.
Yeah, for
People swing dancing like
no, I guess not dancing like that, but
it's a barbecue. Don't dance, just sit down and talk to each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, you throw a few beers in the mix and people get loud.
Yeah. It just was so loud and annoying. Maybe I'm getting old. Fair. I've thrown barbecues that were loud and annoying, but I'm definitely getting old. All right. Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah. This isn't what I'm going to ding the movie for.
I'm dinging it. God damn it. Get off my lawn. And we get the neighbor, Gabby. She comes out. She's hanging the seashell chime, which she shall chime. She shall chime shells. She shall chime. Which is a huge thing, right? So we focus on that for a second, just so you remember it.
Well, it's not a huge thing. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing that is referenced like once. And like, this is the time. And then later on.
Wow, it's a pretty big thing at the end of the movie. It's like one of those little nuggets they throw in there, but it's like, which is a big thing, right? It's like.
But it's meaningless.
He makes the gazebo, the chimes go, and he's like, she's come back to me.
I know, it's so frustrating.
Yep. So then, she's not having it. They're still partying, and that's it.
The Chekhov's wind chimes. They only introduce them so that they can call it back later.
Chekhov's wind chimes. You better make sure those chimes chime, man.
Yeah. If those chimes aren't chiming,
just don't have it in the movie.
Doing a little bit of a JFK bit, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. Bringing them back. Okay, so then let's just skip to the nighttime, right? Let's just move
Everyone's
on.
Leaving. Yeah,
everyone's left. Whatever, we're done. So she's still studying, and this is where we get like a little. She's an intern at the local hospital, right? And she's studying for the boards, whatever, right?
Little science fact check here.
Yeah, this is why I didn't get this when you texted me. I was like, what? I was still watching baseball.
Yeah, fair enough. Thais figured it out. So credit to Thais for this. She's quizzing her dog on the circulatory system, and she's like, do you know how many liters of blood per day your circulatory system processes?
Yeah.
And she says 20.
20 what? Did she actually say 20 liters or
20 liters? Yeah. 20
okay.
liters.
Yeah.
It's actually 6,000 to 7,000 liters. Like if you count like how much it's pumping through, like it's obviously everybody's got, you've only got a few liters of blood in you.
Right. A couple pints.
Yeah. But the amount that it filters and goes through in a daily basis is like 6,000 to 7,000 liters. So way off. She is going to be a bad doctor.
Yeah, she's not doing too good. So
she thinks she's doing good though. That's part of the problem.
The dog's probably like, I don't think that's right.
Immediately, I'm questioning her diagnosis here of the dog being pregnant because that's the next step.
Yes. So then she's like, the dog's looking a little whatever, and she's like,
"Yeah, Molly, your nipples, mine." And she doesn't. Sorry, she doesn't have a southern accent.
She does not. No, she does not. So yeah. And then out of nowhere, we get Travis all alone drinking beers. Decides to start blasting that little Black Betty song. Like, what?
Yep.
What an asshole.
That happened.
And then this is basically everything from the trailer happens here.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, they do important if you care about the story. She while she's inside discovering that her dog is pregnant, she's like, "Oh, it's like Dirty Dancing." Sorry, she doesn't have a southern accent.
She doesn't, but whatever. She does.
Yeah. Then when she's outside talking to him, he's like, "Oh, just like Dirty Dancing."
You like the same movie?
We both said the same thing.
Oh my god.
Weird.
Yeah. So she comes out to confront him. This is literally right from the trailer. I don't know how much we need to fill in here. It's the same scene. She comes out talking about how like, my dog's pregnant. Your dog did this, and
he makes jokes about it.
Yeah, he's kind of being a douchebag, kind of annoying. He's doing this, southern flirt and charming thing, kind of poking at her while she's all upset.
And but he does explicitly also say like, "Oh, you must be here for sex," and you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, because it's
awfully presumptuous.
Yeah, you come over here with no makeup on and sweatpants. You're clearly here for sex.
Right.
So,
which, I don't know. It's a whole thing. And then his sister shows up in that scene and is like, "By the way, I'm going to be inside eating the rest of your mint chip ice cream."
Yeah. And by the way, the sister, she just like pops in from stage left, like randomly in this movie.
Like, she must have been just off camera. Like, the whole time they're arguing, like, she's right there.
She's like,
I really want that ice cream. Give it. Oh, wait a second.
They do it again towards the end when he's at his mother's grave, and I was like, I thought he was all alone. He's like crying with the tears, like, oh, it was a very lonely, emotional moment.
Oh my god, his memories.
She's
a good listener, huh?
Do you get it? Because she's dead. It's fucking stupid. So then, sister shows up, and then but before that, he says, "Oh, there's a great vet in town, right?" Doesn't he talk about there's a father-son vet in town that she should go to? So it's a little bit, which we call that too in the.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're like, is he like a vet or something?
Yeah, we're like, why is he wearing gloves like that? He seems so prepared to deliver those puppies. He must be a vet.
Hey, so I guess that's hard to call, but anyways. All right, so she sister shows up. They're inside. Again, kind of stuff from the trailer. Some lines were cut out here, but the sister is eating ice cream from the carton, which we agree. Come on,
monster, eating all the mint chip.
No dairy products out of the carton. Yeah. Oh, I love mint chocolate chip. Yeah.
That's also, speaking of Thais, she said that Maggie, this is Maggie Grace, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Has a very bad wig on, which I did not realize.
That might be a new segment of Wig or Not.
Wig or Not, yeah. Good wig, bad wig.
Our wig expert Thais comes in and says,
"That's true.
Wig."
Yeah, I like that.
And that's it. The end of the segment.
Yeah. And a couple of good product placements in this movie. Here's one. And he's like, she passes off the ice cream because, again, this is the scene from the trailer.
Yeah.
So we don't have to get into it too much. She's like, "You're in trouble now, brother." and then he's like, "All right." And he like holds up the ice cream as he's like putting it in the freezer. You're like, "Brought to you by
right." On the that's drank in the set too. So much.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that, and then we're back at the hospital here, and we got Gabby getting like
Ryan's dad doing his best Foghorn Leghorn. I said, I'm telling her that, right?
Yeah, 100%. I just saw your note of Foghorn Leghorn. I just wrote some old dude. I was like, is this Ryan's dad? What's happening? Yeah. So she's just talking to her, telling her whatever. I don't know. Yeah. That just, it was so distracting how stereotyped Southern he was. I guess that's what they old Southern guys sound like. So
yeah, it was pretty funny.
And then we meet Ryan, and then we find out that they're an item. They start making out on the job, which
classic.
All right, and then we're at the vet. Gabby showed, yeah.
Like we haven't called it out yet because they haven't started doing it, but it's in the first half of the movie. I feel like they just, I guess, transitioned like a normal movie kind of, where it just like went and like, you know, moved between scenes. Yeah. And then the second half of the movie is when they really started injecting all of those like just water for the sake of water. We forgot how to transition. Yes, I don't know, somewhere between the first half of the movie. And the second half,
what do we do? Just throw a shot of water.
Yeah.
We'll mix it up too. We'll have like a nighttime water. We'll have a sunrise water.
Yeah. We've definitely, I think this is now becoming a hallmark of some of the bad movies that we've seen, especially when like the more romantic ones, where they like change like the architecture of the movie, like halfway, like at various points. They're like, well, maybe it'll work better if we just did this differently now.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, no.
Like there's no consistency to like the certain aspect, like the
so
basics
many stylistic choices. Yeah.
It's like they got tired halfway through and they're like, fuck it, whatever.
What if we just did a different movie?
What if we just had birds flying slow-mo low over water?
Yes, I love that one. That was my favorite.
It happens like 2 or 3. I'm like, why? What?
Yeah.
Time is passing. All right, so we're at the vet. Gabby shows up with her Prager dog here. We meet Shep, who is Tom Wilkinson. That's Travis's dad. But we don't know this until Travis shows up. He walks in and he's like, well, how did the doodly do?
Well, so slightly important. When Gabby walks in, she gets introduced to the receptionist, and the receptionist like accuses her of cheating on being involved in an affair with somebody's husband. And she's like all flustered about it. And you're like, wait, what?
Oh, I missed it.
Is this a foreshadowed?
Wow.
Is this a very heavy-handed foreshadowed?
Cora, the receptionist, just calling it out. Okay.
Just calls him as she sees him.
Calls him as she sees him. Calls him as he sees him. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, it's puppies. Shep is like, it's puppies.
Yep.
Okay.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Like, you're gonna be a grandma. She's like, I'm not ready.
And then she starts trash talking Travis in the old miscommunication thing. This guy, he was and Shep is like, I was talking about the dog. And then we've got Travis just shows up. He's in the corner. He's got his jacket on. He's a vet.
Yeah, and he's like, well, here's your classic mistake. No balls, no babies. I personally neutered that dog myself 7 months ago. What?
And he's then they have a little back and forth. They continue flirting, right? And it's
oh my god, it's awful.
She's giving him a hard time, so of course he likes her, right? So
yeah, the dialogue in this movie is horrible. Like, I don't know. Like, just we're 10 minutes into the movie, and it feels like 1,000 years. I'm sitting on the couch next to Tice watch this movie, and I was just like, what is this movie? What is this?
What is happening here? What is happening? Yeah, I think that's about when I text you and I was like, I'm only 25 minutes in. I feel like I've been watching this for 3 hours.
Yeah, yes. Because they're like fighting about nothing. The dialogue's so stupid. None of it matters for later. No. Like,
no, it's brutal. God. So we asked her out for a drink. She says no.
Yeah.
Next scene.
Obviously. Yeah.
We're off
to the carnival.
It's the carnival, town fair, whatever carnival. Yeah. So the whole crew is out again. We got the bros, the wives, the sister,
Monica.
This is where we get the quick exposition from the bros about Monica. They've been on and off since high school.
Yeah.
He'll never commit. I think they literally say he'll never commit. It's like,
yeah, they definitely do. And I also love, this is when almost in the running for possible quote, like they're just like chanting like squirt the jerk. Yeah, like let's go play squirt the jerk. Like, what is squirt the jerk?
And so it's basically just it's a fair carnival montage of them playing games, laughing, ha ha ha, hanging with the kids. And then we get Gabby shows up, and the sister is like, look at what the trap
over there.
Yeah, look at what the cat dragged in. Woo-wee. Look what the carnies dragged in. So Gabby shows up, and they have a little chat, right? And then Ryan shows up, and then Monica shows up, and now we've got
a foursome.
We got an awkward foursome.
Yeah, we got a golf game going. Yeah.
We got a team. So they all introduce each other, and there's a little bit of tension, a little bit of, all right.
Yeah. And Travis is like, "Oh, I know your dad and his dogs." And Ryan's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. I know your dad and his stupid dogs.
Poor Tom Welling. Like, Tom Welling is the real victim in this whole movie.
Yeah, poor guy. And then that's it. And then they laugh, and she's like, "Oh, he's my neighbor."
Yeah. Also, he's my neighbor.
Yeah.
She does not have a southern accent again.
No, but everyone, we're sticking with it. Forget
Everyone in this movie should.
Yes. And then we're back at home, and it's kind of a montagey thing, I think.
It's stupid again.
Right? Yeah, there's just like a weird thing. So she's hanging outside. She's watching him work on his boat, shirtless, obviously. And then Travis watching Gabby is like, Ryan shows up, and it's just kind of these.
Well, right? Before that, then Monica shows up.
Oh, yeah, on the boat, yeah.
Travis kisses Monica in front of her, and she's all sad. And then Ryan shows up, and Travis watches. Now it's his turn. They both watch each other weirdly.
Yeah.
And then there's like this really annoying piano music in the background.
Yeah.
Like there were a few notes in particular in this movie that just like they kept playing on over and over again. And, like, hurt my ears. Like, maybe it was that like the volume that it had to be at in order for me to hear the dialogue. Like, I had to turn it up a bunch. So I was like, Yeah,
it was like this movie punches you in the eyes and in the ears at the same time. Yes. It's like trying to knock out all your senses, so you're confused and you're like, I don't know what to do. I can't move. I guess I'll sit down and watch the rest.
I think I love it.
Just stop hurting me.
Yeah.
So that's that little thing, right? And then we're at the Ryan's family house, right? Do we know his last name? Ryan McCarthy. It is Ryan McCarthy. I think Ryan Gablethorpe's house, new name. Yeah. And they're doing what rich white people do, right? They're playing golf in the backyard.
Yeah. I guess I was onto it earlier when I was talking about the golf thing, but also she's hustling them, and the old Big people recognize it. She's like, of course, I've been playing golf since I was 9 on the property. We had 3 holes on the property I grew up on, which can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
What what
does that mean?
It's like, like it's coming together for me now that I think I've heard this in other movies before where like the rich person is like, yes, on the property I grew up on. You're like, like some kind of estate.
Yes, it'd be an estate.
Like a real,
There happen to be 3 holes of golf there because
Yeah. What? Like, just say my house, like when I grew up, or something. I don't know, like where I grew up. Say anything. Why would you say the property I grew up on? Like, you trying to pass it off like you're not a rich person? Maybe is that? I
think for us, they're just really laying it on to like, oh, she comes from a rich background, right?
Yeah, like no, that's like not even saying like, oh, my family's property, on the property I grew up on.
Yeah, it's so pretentious. It's pretentious, right? Ugh.
It's very frustrating.
Yes.
She does it again later too, and I think I called it out then too, where I was like, stop saying that.
Yeah, don't say it like this, you annoying person. So she hustles them, and the mom is like, well, how do you declare? And then
they just exposition for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah, by the way, Ryan, you're going to that conference?
How long are you going to be
away
gone
for 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks. And they said it like 3 times. It was like the dad, well, shit, son, you're going to be late for your flight to that conference down in Atlanta.
Yeah, where you'll be for 3 to 4 weeks out of town.
That's right. I'll be gone for 3 to 4 weeks out of town.
Yeah. And Gabby's like, you stay away from those pretty interns. Like, don't cheat on me. Like, I'm going to cheat on you. Give me like a day.
And how long are you away for again? 3 to 4 weeks.
About 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah.
At a conference. Out of town.
Conference. Yep. Out of town. Gotta catch that flight.
Flight. And it just becomes like ad nauseum. It's like flight out of town, 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute flight from North Carolina to Georgia.
Oh my God. All right, and then we're back in the boat because boats. I'm on a boat.
Yep.
And this is where we get the sister and Travis are hanging out, right? And she's pushing him about Monica, right?
Yep. Exactly. And they're back at dockside.
Oh yeah, back at dockside, right? They're on the boat and then they're at dockside hanging out. And then she gives like some big, when we get some a little bit of conversation about mom, I think here, and then she's giving some big kind of life theme advice about opportunity and taking, most people don't take advantage of opportunity when they have it.
Something about a vegetable garden.
Yeah, and it's all stuff like on the theme of the choice of the movie, but
an opportunity looks a lot like work, and something about Thomas Edison, maybe.
It was a quote about opportunity that she attributes to their mother, and he's like, no, Thomas Edison said that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then she's like, you should marry that neighbor, by the way, that neighbor woman. like out of nowhere. She says this like 5 times. Like throughout the movie, she's like, oh, by the way, you should be in a relationship with that person. And he's like, I don't know. We just barely met.
But she does bother me.
Yeah.
And then we get the line how, he doesn't like things like when they come easy. So.
Yeah.
All right. So then we're back at the house, nighttime, right? Later that night. This is again right from the trailer. She's frankly banging on the door. He comes down shirtless. She's like, oh, I do declare. Oh, I've never seen a male's nipples before.
I'm only familiar with dog nipples.
Dog nipples.
I'm obsessed with dog nipples.
The puppies are here.
Yeah, it's great. And basically, then we get like the vet exposure here of him delivering them. Everything goes well. He's basically like, don't name him. Makes it harder to put him up for adoption.
It's another insight to his character, right? He doesn't want no commitment there. Don't give it a name, right?
That's right.
He's like, build a pen for them. And she's like, he offers to help. And she's like, I'm very handy, which comes back later because she's not.
And he's like, all right.
All right. And then we get a little line about how Ryan's away for 3 to 4 weeks in Atlanta for a conference.
Yep.
Just took a plane earlier today.
Yep. Which, like, out of nowhere, she's just like, by the way, my boyfriend's out of town. Like, it doesn't, there's no
setup for a reason for that, right? Just saying. Just saying he's out of town. By the way, he's out of town. In case you wanted,
Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to take your dog back to the vet because it might also be sick after having a traumatic birth thing. And she's like, what?
Yeah. But I thought you said everything was fine. He's like, just precautions now. Settle down. Yeah. Keep an eye on them. And, just to show that he's truly committed, he's going to just stay there overnight.
Yeah. Because doesn't sleep. He's like an owl, he says.
Yes, he's like Morbius.
Yeah. Like, you want to get morbed?
You want to get morbed? It's morbing time.
It's morbing time.
So he drives off next morning. We're at the. That's all stuff from the trailer too. There's nothing. Yeah. Nothing new there. Other than boyfriends. It
does explain why we're like, why did he have a car? Like, why did he have his truck there when they're neighbors? It's because he was getting in to leave their house.
Oh, right. So in the trailer, we're like, but they're neighbors.
Like, why did he drive to your house if it's next door? He's driving away from
he's going to work, basically.
Yeah.
And then next morning, we're at the vet place and he's sleeping in the back room. Shep shows up and Benjamin Walker with
a beautiful lady. What? Like, what a weird transition, Dr. Dad. He's like, oh no, yeah. Well, I always say if there's a man sleeping on a cold floor, there must be a beautiful woman nearby. And you're like, what? What a weird thing to say.
So he's on the floor. The puppies are in a southern charm embrace by Benjamin Walker here. So we got puppies and them hanging out. And he's working and she shows up, right?
Yep.
And
Dad's like, don't name the puppies. Gabby's talking to the dad now.
She's like, that's funny. You and Travis are a lot alike. So
yeah.
And this is where the lies begin, right?
This is where the lies start. That's right.
We get a lizard comes in. Lizard's dead. Little girl's lizard, right?
Dead as hell. Yep.
The only thing that dies in this movie.
R.I.P.
And the dad's plan is to just swap it out with the live one.
Yeah, which I think in normal circumstances I'm against. I'm in favor of be honest with children. Like they should know the truth. Right?
Yeah, they're kind of humans too, so they deserve the truth, right?
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, his justification for it is like, all right, I can see where this old man's coming from. Like, if you ever have the chance to protect a kid from heartbreak, you should do it because the rest of their lives are going to suck anyway. Like everyone's life is heartbreak, basically. So if you can prevent it, go for it.
Yeah, again, I was like, oh, this little bit of, again, overly heavily handed theme conversation from another character. Mm-hmm. And like talking about protecting a child from the truth and heartbreak and stuff like this. I was like, well, this seems like a good setup for him having to deal with him telling his kids that he had to pull the plug in his, or
right. Yeah, I guess.
or something. But anyways, doesn't matter. So Travis brings the live lizard out and pretty much lies to the...
Well, because the dad's like, you have to learn to lie.
Yes.
You must do this. And he's like, I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm not lying to a kid, but he does, and everyone's
successfully
happy.
Does, and everyone claps.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
If I was a kid, I'd be like, why are these people fucking clapping? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, the lizard's alive.
Kids are stupid, but they're not that stupid.
Well,
yeah.
TBD.
Maybe they are. And we're back on the boat.
Yep. Later that day, we're having beers on the boat again. Because all they do is drink and eat steak on boats.
I mean, you tell me, you show me a good time.
Yes. I mean, it sounds amazing. What a wildly unsustainable life.
Yeah. But I'd take it. So the whole gang is hanging out and the sister's mega hungover. So we got everyone kind of giving her a hard time, saying gross things for a very long time, for like a minute of movie screen time. It's like, okay.
Cut that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. We've all done that to someone, but let's just move on from this.
Yeah. And then the brother's like, believe it or not, she's single, folks.
And then we get the little Monica isn't coming. Oh, damn. But Gabby got the invite.
Which then this kind of sets up, they do this for the next couple of scenes, and it's like, doesn't make any sense and is weird of like, she is immediately best friends with Gabby. Like the Stephanie and Gabby are just immediately like best bros.
Yeah, well, I agree. But they don't give it any weight, but they allude to it when they're on the boat and they're all chatting and they're on the boat.
Yeah, but that's kind of how it starts though. It's just like they're on the boat, like out of nowhere, all of a sudden she's like, you should take off your shirt.
Yeah, they're on the boat.
Yeah, it's weird.
There's definitely some moments
we'll get there.
Yeah, there's definitely some male camera gaze moments that happen in the next few minutes are just like, okay.
Yeah, Nikki Sparks, classic.
Nikki Sparks just getting that gaze.
You dirty dog.
You dirty dog. So yeah, they're on the boat and they're just like, take off your sweatshirt. You got boobies. We're like, okay. And then we got Travis being like, oh boy.
They don't say that. Listeners, to be clear, they don't say that.
Oh,
they do say, take off your sweatshirt.
Maybe they should say this. Maybe, I don't know, something. Do something in this movie. Do something offensive at least.
Well, yeah. And this is that. And then that's when Travis also goes, we might be in trouble, boy.
Oh. Woo. Just picture,
I said.
Just picturing like the old cartoons. It's like tongue rolls out of his mouth, eyes bulge out.
Ow. Yeah.
And then we get like a beer cigarette ad from like the 80s or 90s here, where it's like, oh, a bunch of good-looking people hanging on a beach, drinking and
like tossing footballs.
So like was it Virginia Slims ad or something? What is going on?
Yeah. This movie is kind of like The Kissing Booth, where like a good portion of his montage, like 40% probably is montage.
Yeah, but they're like smaller nuggets. Like, right? They do, but there's many, but they're shorter. Whereas Kissing Booth, there was many and they were long.
Many long. Good point. Yeah, these ones have scenes in between.
Yes.
Sometimes Kissing Booth, they just have like 3 montages in a row. And you're like, whoa.
Are we in
I learned so much.
Are we in a montage? Within a montage right now?
Yeah, I forgot everything.
Oh my god, yes, they're hanging out, grilling yet again on the beach, doing some drinking. And then we get Gabby and Sis chatting, and Gabby does a spot-on psychoanalysis of Travis and who he is, his character, and Sis is like, damn girl, you nailed it. And
she even ends it with basically what her sister just said like a couple scenes ago. She's like, and he's never been in love because he backs off when things get too hard. And she's like, what?
Did we just become BFFs? Do you like avocado toast too? I do. And then she tells her brother Travis that he's in trouble.
Even more trouble.
Even more trouble. So we get and then we get like this weird cut moment, like of cue the music, and it like this lasts for like a good 5-6 seconds, and it's like cue the music, and then we basically just get this male camera gaze of Gabby walk around in her bathing suit.
Yeah, just like dancing around in the water in the bikini. You're like, okay.
And then it just cuts. Okay.
Next scene.
I wouldn't even call that a scene. I just call that okay. And then we get Gabby and Travis chatting, right?
Yeah, Travis comes over, sits next to her, and he's like,
"This is straight from the trailer.
From the trailer, my friends like you more than me." Oh, this is 32 minutes in, by the way. I'm like sitting here pausing it like every 5 minutes, being like, "Oh my god, this is only."
It's more of their kind of flirty banter, kind of going back and forth, right?
Yeah, my brain is turned into mush at this point.
Oh man. Okay.
And, but like, what about Ryan? Like, again, the real victim here. He's been gone on his trip for a day.
Yeah.
They don't explain.
It's not even that in a day.
They don't explain how long they've been dating, but it's like implied that they've been dating for years, right? Like,
yeah, a good
it
amount.
Seems like
it's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, like it's not a new relationship. Like seems invested in Ryan, and out of nowhere she's like, hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's long enough because not that much time passes from this point to when he asks her to marry him, right? So let's say even like 2 months pass, like fuck, even 3 months pass. You need to be.
You're a couple years deep, at least. Yeah.
Well, at least you should be. Get to know that person. Get to know that person.
Sure.
Oh, and there's a note. You call this out. They make fun of Travis for having only one chair in his lawn, which becomes a thing later about how lonely he is.
Yeah.
And guess what? He sets up a second chair later on because.
Oh my god! It made me so angry when that happened.
Yeah. There's very few times I want to punch my TV, and that might have been one of them.
Yep.
So okay, and then we are.
Then they're back to their houses, and
because there's only two places they go.
Yep. He's like, I know you didn't eat that much while we were out partying all day. Why don't you come over for dinner? And she's like, no. She's like, has anyone ever told you no? And he's like, no. She's like, no.
Shut it down.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And there you go, bothering me again.
And then they leave.
They go home.
And then this is when we start with the transitions of, okay, now it's just sunset and the beach at night.
Yes.
Like, good transition.
Then she looks out the window, right, and sees him sitting by himself drinking a beer, hanging with his dog, right?
Yep, exactly.
That sounds like a great evening, by the way.
Sure.
And then she gets a phone call. What year is this phone? And is it a BlackBerry or what is this? What are we doing?
And this is what I was this is why I was asking about the timing.
7 years. Okay.
Because I was like, no, and no, you can't let him off the hook.
No,
because this is, we're saying this is 2009.
2007, we know is the iPhone, right?
Right. So like by this point, smartphones are pretty common and like regular.
Yeah,
they don't look like this anymore.
But the BlackBerry though, was that a BlackBerry? Because those were pretty big for a long time. Those stuck around.
I guess they stuck like maybe he's a weird BlackBerry holdout in 2009, but I don't know. I don't know, man. And then like the phones later, when I call it out again later on because it bugs me then too. Where I'm like, why did the phones look so
dated?
Weird?
Yeah. It is the South, so I mean, they get everything like 10 years after us up here in the North. Right. So
great point. Great, the industrialized North. Great point.
Yes. All their music is 10 years behind. All their technology is 10 years behind.
But yeah, this is him getting a phone call from Monica, and Monica's like, I don't know. I don't even know what she said.
She didn't say anything. He ignored it. He did a little.
Oh, he ignored it. Right.
See ya.
Brought to you by.
That's a good. That is, brought.
He like puts the beer down again, like label facing out. He's like,
when your kind of girlfriend calls and you don't want to talk to her, have a
bud.
Have a bud. This bud's for you. When you're having lady troubles, this bud's for you. Grab a bud.
Yeah, no balls, no babies. Grab a bud.
Grab a bud. This bud's for you.
Not a sponsor.
Oh my god. Okay, so and then his dog comes up to him with a note on his collar.
Stupid Moby.
Just getting in trouble, that Moby. Mm-hmm. And he's got a note around his collar, and it says, "Dinner, my house, 20 minutes." Even the note's in Southern. Dinner, my house, 20 minutes.
20 minutes. And it's like it's a very flirty looking note.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got like little hearts and fancy cursive and just the way it's written. It's poor Ryan. Poor Ryan.
Poor bastard's in Atlanta right now. Probably
he's
making out with like a work meeting or something.
That. Yeah. No, definitely not.
Oh, definitely not. No, okay, yeah.
No, Ryan's the hero in this
movie. He's a doctor, and he's also making out with an intern back home, though. So,
well,
she is an intern. So
great point.
Just saying, he's got a thing for interns. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
It's literally on her lip. Anyways, all right. So we're at Gabby House. This is dinner time, right?
We see the puppies, and they're in like this makeshift cardboard box that's not a pen at all. And he's like, "Handy my ass."
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she will later. And then
he makes a joke about proposing because dinner looks good while she's cooking it. He's like, "Might just propose to you right now."
Yeah,
Oh, stop.
This whole scene
met a day ago. Like,
and this whole scene is just I don't care.
Yeah, she talks about it again at the property where I grew up.
Oh, that's the other. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the other. It comes again later, I think, too.
The property where I grew up, the help used to make dinner.
Yeah, basically.
And then, so they have dinner, and then he's doing some serious flirtation now. He just says, "It's beautiful," or whatever. He says, "Beautiful," right? And she's like,
"Wait, oh my god, I just figured it out."
What do you got?
Oh my, they made it make sense, kind of. So she's saying the property where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
She's being coy about it. She's not saying our property. I forgot because her parents are the help at the property later on when we meet them. This is when she talks about, she's like, "Oh, my mom was my mom was always cooking growing up, blah, blah, blah." Like, because her mom is the cook and her dad is like the butler at the property.
Oh,
they make it make sense. It's still frustrating, but because I just figured it out now, a day after watching this movie.
Now that completely throws me off because I thought she was rich too, and I thought that when I got to that scene when I get to the scene at the end, I was like, "Why are her parents?"
Yeah,
and are they playing a trick on him? I thought they were playing.
That's what I thought. I thought they were playing it. I thought they were playing a weird prank. Yeah, no, exactly the same.
I thought they were fucking with him.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So this is when. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
When he's making assumptions about her being rich later on and she yells at him about it, it's more justified.
All right, we'll let it slide.
All right, but the fact that neither of us picked up on that until just now,
again,
hours later, as we're talking about it scene by scene, like bad writing.
Okay. So yeah, they have dinner, talk about memories and stuff. That's funny because that completely changes the end of that. Like that one. Yeah. It's only one scene where it's just like, I was like, what is it? It doesn't matter either.
I thought it was a weird prank. I thought it was like a really bizarre scene.
Yeah. I was like, oh, maybe they're just messing with him because, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe mom likes to throw on the chef coat and cook sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. No, now it all makes sense. Okay.
And he confuses.
Then she talks about the hurricane that washed away the property, by the way, at the end of that. She's like, it seemed like she's like, hey, a hurricane washed it all away when I was 12. Wow. Don't we visit it later?
Yeah. And okay, now that's starting to make because then there's a hurricane that comes through and washes away her house later on, right? Again. Right. So
yeah.
Wow. We just had a spark
this
moment.
Movie sucks. We just had a Nicholas Sparks moment.
we just got Nicholas sparked. All right. So then getting back to it. So they have a quick conversation about what they believe in. Right. And he's like, says something about love and family, but the dog putting his hand on her head, which is important.
It's not a quick conversation. It's a way too long conversation.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It is.
I have many notes about it now that I'm looking.
Okay. Yeah, you do. All right. Maybe I'll let you go with this. So they have dinner and he first starts out with like, oh, it's beautiful. And she's like, I'm sorry. Do declare you're talking to me. And he's like, the view, the view is beautiful. Gotcha.
She's like, yeah, view.
It's awesome.
And then she goes, makes you wonder where it all came from. And he goes, nah. He's like, not really. She's like, what do you mean? You don't believe in God? And he's like, oh man, this was going so good until just now.
Well, and they're starting to pull at the thread about him and the church and mother and stuff like that.
It's very frustrating. And he's like, I believe in loyalty and love and my dog and my truck
and my DJ Moby.
Yep, my DJ Moby. All you got is your friends, your family, yourself. That's all you can count on. What do you believe? And she's like, well, I believe in the moon and the star. And I was like, oh, so maybe she's not as godly as I think. And then she's like, and the fact that like we can't explain any of those things. Like, what's the moon? No one even knows. It's you can't understand it. So like, if you could tell me why the moon's so beautiful, I'll stop saying my prayers before bedtime. And he's like, what?
Yeah, I was like, wow, that was a turn. I was like, she's just naming things around the room. Are you just naming things around the room? I believe in table. I believe in dinner. By the way, she still doesn't have a Southern accent, but
no, of course not.
Yeah,
but it plays better if she does.
Yeah, it definitely does, especially with that explanation of what she believes in.
Exactly. And he's like, "What the fuck?" So he's basically like, "Oh yeah, tonight was lovely, except the God conversation." He like explicitly says it. It's a really weird. Like, why throw this scene in here?
I guess maybe to show his anti-God thing, which comes back later.
Yeah, but it's like still kind of unresolved later too.
Yeah,
like he doesn't all of a sudden become like a real born again guy. Like he's just like, oh, yeah, I guess sometimes good things happen.
Yeah,
like weird. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Does he doesn't start praying towards the end, does he? When she's in a coma or anything like that? I don't think so.
No. Not at all. No, that's what I mean. Like they don't make that a plot point
because like it's only just tied to him when his mother dies, and then like when he was younger, and then he's like got this whole anti-church God thing, right? Because why would he take her away from me?
Which he sticks with.
Yeah,
it seems like.
Yeah, like why would you take my love my life away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's oh man, are they trying to? Okay, I'm gonna get some questions later. Anyways, all right, so that's that. Oh my goodness, so much to unpack there, huh?
Yeah, horrible scene.
Yeah, and some revelations. So then they go back inside, right? And
just looking through the records. This is the one that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is the Sparks universe.
I got confused. I thought they were talking about the parents, but they're actually talking about the people who lived in the house.
Who could potentially be the couple from The Notebook. And then they do more flirty stuff, right?
She's like dancing in the kitchen. She's like, no, it wasn't dancing. It was just a twirl. And he's like, let's go dance in the grass.
Did you span? I didn't span a twirl. It's like, what is this? What is happening right now?
Yeah.
And then we get basically the scene from the trailer.
Yep.
Why are you making it so hard for me to flirt with you? And then, because then
if I made it easy, you wouldn't do it anymore.
Whoops. That was a slip. Didn't mean it. And then he stalks her and like he's gonna kill her and walks slowly towards her and
then they have PG-13 sex.
In the kitchen. So unsanitary. And
poor Ryan.
Poor guy. just down in a conference in Atlanta. Yeah. And then why'd you do that? Because you bother me. Yeah. And then PG-13 sex on the table, and that's it, right?
Yeah. Dumb. So what's going to happen? Are they just abandoning Ryan now? Like, I guess, this going away for a couple week period is going to ruin the rest of his life.
Yeah. Did Ryan sleep with any interns out in Atlanta? Did Ryan get any good swag from the conference? From the conference.
Great question.
Any fidget spinners down there?
We'll definitely answer that in part 2.
Yes. Among other things,
do the puppies all survive?
Do the puppies all survive? Right? Do they get named? Do they get adopted?
Does Dr. Daddy find love?
Great question. Does mom come back from the dead?
Oh.
Does sis just stop popping up in and out of nowhere randomly? Does she stop eating dairy from a carton?
Does she finally find a man?
All these and more to be answered in part 2. So thank you for listening. We'll be back on Thursday with part 2 and all the answers to maybe like a couple of those questions.
If we're lucky.
In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, or ATMT Pod on Twitter. And wherever you're listening, subscribe to us.
That's right. And while you're subscribing, you can also be reviewing, please, especially if you're on Apple or Spotify, where we know definitively that there are stars and ways that you can review stuff. And leave a nice little note, because that helps with the algorithm and suggests things to us.
Other people are doing it, so
that's right.
Do what they do.
First. It's not like you don't have all that pressure and weight on you. Yeah. It's easy.
Yep.
Yeah. And we know there's some new ones of you out there listening to us on Apple Podcasts. So do some reviews.
Yeah.
Or send us some long form feedback. We'll read it in the trailer trash. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. Or you can go to the website, find all our contact information, all the old episodes, everything ITMT related that you could possibly want. It's thismeetsthat.com.